As wildfires become increasingly common and severe in many parts of the world, it's important for homeowners to be prepared for the potential impacts of wildfire smoke on indoor air quality. Wildfire smoke can contain harmful pollutants such as particulate matter, carbon monoxide, and volatile organic compounds, which can pose serious health risks, especially for vulnerable individuals such as children, elderly, and those with pre-existing health conditions and special needs. In addition to wildfire smoke, there are other sources of dangerous airborne contaminants that could potentially affect you. Some examples of this include the recent train derailments that caused billowing plumes of noxious chemical smoke when the fires broke out. At the time of this recording, there have been 2 massive plastic fires creating disastrous air quality scenarios for tens of thousands of people. Whatever the cause of dangerous air quality, there are steps you can take to minimize your family's exposure while you're inside the home. If the air quality is bad at your location, leaving the area might be the best thing you can do for your health, even without an evacuation order in place. If your options are limited and you must stay at home, assuming no evacuation order has been given, we will cover things you can do to minimize the poor air quality in the house. In the event you are required to evacuate, hopefully you've prepared in advance. Watch our videos on emergency plans, communication plans, and building a go kit. We'll begin by briefly discussing some different types of air pollutants along with some basic tips on how to mitigate them in the home. After that, we'll talk about the more general steps you can take for any air quality emergency, even those involving dust and pollen, which can have negative health effects. And finally, we'll discuss some of the serious health concerns to watch out for after exposure to toxic air. 5 different types of air pollutants. 1. Smoke from fires. During wildfires or structural fires, smoke can contain fine particulate matter, gases, and other harmful chemicals that can pose serious health risks when inhaled. To protect yourself, close all the windows and doors to prevent smoke from entering your home. Use air purifiers with HEPA filters to filter out smoke particulates, and avoid using indoor air recirculation features in your heating and ventilation system. Stay informed about the air quality in your area through local air quality agencies or news updates. We highly recommend having an emergency radio. 2. Chemical releases. Industrial accidents or chemical spills can release hazardous substances into the air, which can quickly enter your home and pose health risks. If you receive an emergency alert or notice about a chemical release in your area, close all windows and doors, turn off your heating and ventilation system to prevent air exchange, and seal any gaps or cracks with damp towels or plastic sheets to prevent air infiltration. Follow the instructions and recommendations from local authorities, such as evacuation orders or shelter-in-place guidelines. 3. Biological contaminants. During emergencies such as flooding or water damage, mold, bacteria, and other biological contaminants can thrive indoors. If you experience water damage or flooding in your home, it's important to address the issue promptly by drying out the affected areas and removing any wet material to prevent mold growth. Use dehumidifiers and fans to reduce moisture levels and promote drying, and consider using mold-resistant materials when repairing or renovating your home. 4. Radioactive releases. In the event of a radioactive accident, the materials can be released into the air and pose significant health risks. If you receive an emergency alert or notice about a radioactive release, close all windows and doors, turn off your HVAC system to prevent air exchange, and follow local authorities' instructions on evacuation or sheltering in place. Stay informed about the situation through official channels and follow recommended decontamination procedures if exposed to radioactive materials. 5. Volatile organic compounds or VOCs. VOCs are chemicals that can be released from various household products, building materials, and furnishings, and can cause respiratory irritation and other health issues. During emergencies, indoor air quality can be compromised and VOC levels may increase due to off-gassing from damaged materials or stored chemicals. Use air purifiers with activated carbon filters to reduce VOC levels indoors, and avoid using products that contain VOCs if possible. Those are 5 types of potential indoor air pollutants. Let's take a look at the 7 steps to stay safe during a toxic air emergency. 1. Create a clean indoor environment. One of the first steps in preparing for indoor air pollutants, to include wildfire smoke at home, is to create a clean indoor environment. Start by sealing any gaps or cracks in your home's doors, windows, and vents to minimize the entry of outdoor air. Use weather stripping or caulking to seal any leaks, and make sure that all windows and doors are tightly closed. If you have a central air conditioning or heating system, use high-efficiency filters such as HEPA filters and replace them regularly to trap the fine particulates. Before we continue on and cover the other 6 steps, let's explain in detail how to properly seal windows. Sealing windows correctly is an important step in preparing for wildfire smoke and other airborne contaminants in the home. Here are some tips on how to effectively seal windows to minimize the entry of outdoor air. First, you'll want to inspect for gaps or cracks. Start by inspecting your windows for any gaps or cracks that may allow outdoor air, including smoke, to enter your home. Check the window frame, sashes, and casings for any visible openings or leaks. Next, you'll want to use weather stripping. Weather stripping is an effective way to seal gaps and cracks around windows. There are various types of weather stripping materials available, such as adhesive-backed foam tape, V-strip, or door sweeps, choosing the appropriate type of weather stripping based on the size and location of the gaps. Next, you'll want to apply caulking. Caulking is another effective method to seal gaps or cracks in windows. Use a silicone-based or fire-resistant caulk to fill any visible openings or cracks around the window frames or casings. Be sure to clean the surface thoroughly before applying the caulking for better adhesion. Next, you might want to install window insulation film. Window insulation film is a thin plastic film that can be applied to the interior of windows to create additional barriers against outdoor air. It can be easily installed using a double-sided tape and a hairdryer to shrink the film and create a tight seal. Make sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper installation. Next, use window covers. Window covers, such as heavy-duty curtains or blinds, can also provide an additional layer of protection against outdoor air and smoke. Keep the window covers closed during the wildfire events to prevent smoke from entering your home. Consider using covers made of tightly woven fabrics that are less likely to allow smoke particles to pass through. Next, consider window sealing kits. Window sealing kits are commercially available kits that contain weather stripping materials, caulking, and other supplies needed for sealing the windows. These kits are designed specifically for sealing windows against outdoor air, including smoke, and they can be a convenient option for homeowners. Remember to seal all windows in your home, including those in basements, attics, and garages. Also, pay attention to any vents or openings near windows, such as dryer vents or exhaust fans, and seal them properly to prevent smoke from entering your home through these openings. Properly sealing windows can help reduce the amount of outdoor air and smoke that enters your home, and thus improve your indoor air quality during these wildfire events. It's important to regularly inspect and maintain the seals to ensure their effectiveness. Step 2 to staying safe during a toxic air emergency. Install air purifiers. Air purifiers with HEPA filters can be highly effective in reducing indoor air pollution caused by wildfire or other smoke. Consider installing air purifiers in the rooms where you spend most of your time, such as the bedrooms or living room or home office. Look for purifiers that have a high clean air delivery rate, or CADR, for smoke, as this indicates their effectiveness in removing smoke particles from the air. Remember to clean and replace the filters as recommended by the manufacturer to ensure optimal performance. Stay informed and plan ahead. Keep yourself informed about the status of wildfires in your area through reliable sources such as local news and official websites, and follow any evacuation orders or warnings issued by authorities. make a plan with your family members or household members about what to do in case of a wildfire event. This may include identifying a safe room in your home that is properly sealed with access to clean air, preparing an emergency kit with essential supplies, and having a communication plan in place to stay connected during an emergency. Stock up on supplies. In the event of a wildfire, it's important to have necessary supplies on hand to keep yourself comfortable and safe indoors. Stock up on essentials such as food, water, medication, flashlights, batteries, and a first aid kit. Consider having a supply of N95 respirator masks for each member of your household. These can filter out fine particulates in wildfire and other smoke. The important thing to know is to stock up now before you need it. Create a clean air room. Designate a room in your home as a clean air room where you can seek refuge during a wildfire event. Ideally, this room should be well sealed and have an air purifier with a HEPA filter installed. Close all windows and doors leading to the outside and use weather stripping or towels to seal any gaps or cracks. Avoid using products that can generate indoor air pollution, such as tobacco, candles, or certain cleaning supplies in this clean air room. Limit outdoor activities. During periods of heavy wildfire smoke, it's best to limit outdoor activities as much as possible, especially during the hottest times of the day when the smoke tends to be more concentrated near the ground. Keep windows and doors closed to prevent smoke from entering your home and avoid using whole house fans or opening windows for ventilation. If you need to go outside, wear an N95 respirator mask to reduce your exposure to smoke particles. Follow health recommendations. In any emergency situation, it's crucial to stay informed about the air quality and follow the instructions and recommendations from local health authorities. We want to stress that an emergency radio can be a lifesaver. Having an emergency kit with essential supplies, including N95 respirator masks, can also be beneficial to protect yourself from airborne pollutants. Medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms such as difficulty breathing, chest pain, severe coughing, or dizziness during an emergency event, seek medical attention promptly. Remember, protecting your health and safety should be a top priority during an emergency situation, and taking steps to safeguard your indoor air quality can help mitigate potential risks. In conclusion, outdoor air contaminants can enter your home and affect your indoor air quality, posing potential health risks. Taking steps such as using air filters, sealing windows and doors, using air purifiers, and staying informed about local air quality conditions can help protect yourself and your family from outdoor air contaminants while inside your home. This wraps up another video about getting informed as it relates to your emergency preparedness. Check out our website to learn more about getting informed, making a plan, building a kit, and staying informed so that your family's prepared when a disaster happens.